What's up, everybody? Oak Park. What up, though? Okay. We got some people that understand Detroit. Yeah, that's what we say to say hello in Detroit. What up, though? So I'm Sebastian. I've been a barber for 2 decades now. You know, shout out to Lonnie, shout out to Tamil, United Barbers Club. I'm happy to be here in Sacramento. I met this gentleman, like he said, about 30 days ago. You know, it would have been 45 days ago if I would have called him right away. My bad. It's all true. You know, I love this guy's energy and, you know, kindred spirits. You know, I've been an entrepreneur for about the last 12 years, and it's tough. It's tough, you know. I studied journalism in undergrad, and I've always wanted to build a platform to tell our stories, right? To talk about our culture, to celebrate our culture. That's what this place is for. That's what 40 Acres does. And that's what this Guild Theater is here for. And I'll see all these beautiful faces, you know, a lot of us, you know. And I'm here to help tell a story of a cultural icon. Somebody that has been giving to our culture for over 30 years. And by the looks of things, you know, I just chopped it up with him. He probably has another 30 years. This guy does not age, you know? It's pretty crazy. So the social club, as KJ mentioned, started 12 years ago. We started this thing called ShopTalk because we had all these different celebrities, entertainers, athletes coming into our barbershop, and they were willing to share information on how they built what they built while sitting next to folks that aspire to do what they did, whether it's a comedian, whether it's a filmmaker, whether it's a football player, basketball player, whoever it was. When you're in the barbershop, you're a part of that community, right? You can't be pompous in the barbershop. You know, you're a part of the culture. And so we wanted to be intentional about highlighting these stories because, you know, now today, like, you get in and out of the shop. It's not really like what it was back when I grew up. You'd be in the shop for 5 hours, you know? Now you book online, you get in, you get out. So we lost a lot of that community that was built. We lost hearing from that OG giving us advice. So this platform is to bring that back and to be intentional about not only that experience that we all grew up knowing and loving, but giving our community access to some of the folks that have influenced us over the years. So I'm really looking forward to having this conversation with the legendary Bill Bellamy. Like I said, over the last 30 years, from comedy to television to film, his influence on music, it's really made him a part of our cultural fabric. The Bill Bellamy brand is a part of our cultural fabric, and this place is here to celebrate that, and this platform is here to celebrate that. You know, his story, like a lot of our story, is a story of perseverance, a story of love, a story of a pursuit of happiness. And you all will buy that book, Top Billin'. You'll read it and you'll see what I saw and learn what I learned. Help me welcome the legend, Bill Bellamy.
Shit. Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, shit. What's up? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Well, you got to introduce me like that every day. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, man. Cheers to you, first of all, man. Cheers.
Oh,
cheers,
we drink
cheers,
off
cheers.
the top,
off
okay.
Off the top, cheers.
This is going to be a real show. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man. So.
Oh, that's good.
You know, Newark, New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Brick City.
Don't remind me.
You know.
Yeah.
1965, you were born. 1967, an uprising.
Yes, sir.
Took place. The city really suffered from that for over a decade after that riot, right?
Yeah.
How did being born and raised in Brick City, Newark, New Jersey, the largest city in New Jersey, how did that shape Bill Bellamy?
You know, when I look back now, I'm just thinking that it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me because the city was pro-black, you know what I'm saying? The city was a part of that whole, you know, Muslim environment where we're, you know, black empowerment, do for ourselves, you know, stop leaning on federal assistance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, Elijah Muhammad was like a big focal point in our community, you know what I'm saying? So like back then it was about getting it out the mud, you know what I mean? Representing the city and being gritty, because our city was very gritty. I remember seeing pictures of tanks that was coming through the street and stuff. You know, they had brought in the National Guard. It was crazy, because our Newark was actually, what people don't know, Black Panthers, one of their headquarters was in Newark, New Jersey. So, you know, they was ready to rumble. And so all that sauce is inside of me, you know, growing up in that kind of environment, hardworking black folks trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? That's all I am with a smile.
And you were raised by those two hardworking black folks, and though you all struggled, education was always a focal point, you know, of your story and your family. They put you through private school. You end up at Rutgers.
Yes.
You know, how do you go from studying economics at Rutgers to comedy? Were you up there bullshitting at Rutgers, or what were you doing?
You know what's so funny? I never thought I would be a comedian. That's the funniest thing. People ask me that. I was just funny with the people, with in the cafeteria in high school. Like, I'll find out some bad stuff about your family, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, you know your daddy leg is broke. You know, if I found out your mama had a drinking problem, I was like your mama? You know, people be in the cafeteria like, man, how you know my mama crippled? So I used to do that because, you know, you got to keep them up off. You know, they be talking stuff. And so when I knew I was quick with it, I just thought I was always going to do that. I never thought I would become a stand-up comedian and, you know, do stand-up in front of people. It wasn't until like, Eddie Murphy came to my school. I never forget this. Eddie Murphy was on tour, and we laid out on the ground to get tickets to his show. And I was like, man, look at all these people. It was like 20,000 kids. We saw Eddie Murphy. And I was amazed that he talked for an hour and like 10 minutes. And everything he said was funny.
Yeah.
I said, damn, he is funny. I just remember him saying, goonie goo goo, or something like that. I was like, that ain't even a word, but it's funny. I was like, if I could come up with a goonie goo goo, that would be dope. And so that was like the light bulb, like, oh, wow, I wonder what it's like to write a joke, or if I could be on stage that long and be that funny. So he actually inspired me to just be curious about it. I watched a lot of Saturday Night Live. I started watching comics and stuff like that. And in my book, the first person that I ever told that I wanted to be a comedian was this brother named Jazzy. And Jazzy was a Kappa at the school. He was a real cool ass dude, and he was a basketball player. And me and him was having lunch between class one day, and I was like, Jazz, man, you know what, man? I think I want to be a comedian for some reason. He was like, yo, I can see that on you. He never said no or nothing, and I was like, boom, he co-signed it, and then I started doing like coffee houses.
That's fire.
At school and stuff.
You know, you can't be what you don't see. So seeing Eddie and then having that homie that validates that.
Yeah, he just said do it. Yeah, he was, I remember
That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. In reading your book, man, 2 words stood out to me: love and discipline.
Yeah.
What has that meant to your life, and how have you applied those kind of core values to your success?
Well, you can't do nothing without love. I mean, love is an essential ingredient for your existence. You know what I'm saying? And we strive to have it in every kind of facet of our lives. We want our parents to love us. We want to have our kids respect and love us. We want our spouses to love us. We need that energy. It's almost like fertilizer, right? The thing about it, though, we don't all get it. You know what I'm saying? And so when you do have that in your life, it is like a superpower. But the discipline helps you keep it. You know what I mean? You have to have discipline in every facet of your life. And I thought about this the other day. it's so interesting. Like my mom and dad wasn't very affectionate people. You know, they'd be like, "Boy, you know I love you. I bought your shoes." You know, look at the shoes and you see the love. You know, my mom used to say stuff like, I bought you what you need. I can't get you what you want. Like it was always, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, being a comedian was probably to get the love that you miss. Because your fans love you, like your fans make you happy. When you make them laugh, you laugh. There's an exchange of love, and I think it's a beautiful thing. And thank you guys for coming. See, this is love. Look at that.
Yeah. So we're here at the Oak Park Black Film Festival, filmmakers, cinematographers.
This is beautiful, by the way. Dang, it's a cute-ass theater.
It's fire, right?
Ain't it? It's cute as hell. Man, God damn, black people can't do shit.
I want to know about your process. I want you to kind of share what that process looks like.
What's that?
Of becoming nice, right? Becoming nice at your craft, that discipline. How did you hone that craft? After you found out you were funny and you got that validation, what's the process of becoming the Bill Bellamy that we know?
Effort and reps. Because everybody want to be funny, you know what I mean? Everybody, now you can look on social media, you can see people that are really funny. But being a comedian is it's a skill set, like it's a craft. Like you have to learn timing, you have to learn how to present, how to use your body, your facial expressions. There's so many elements to being funny that you would be surprised. It's not just like, oh man, I failed. It's way more than that.
Yeah.
And so when you practice it and you see the greats that can make you laugh from a facial expression or their body, like you look at a Jim Carrey, or you go back and you watch Richard Pryor. He made you see the monkey, and the way he moved and stuff like that. When you look at all those elements and you practice them continuously and you do voices, like I do voices, I bring characters in like a movie, right? So I want my audience to see what I experienced. So I talk about it in a way so that person is right here, right? That takes practice. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll miss a word, or so I'll be like, dang, I forgot that joke. Because sometimes I'll be going so fast in my mind. One of my best friends, one of the funniest comedians I know is Tony T. Roberts, right?
Yeah.
He's the funniest dude I ever seen in my life, right? But he talks, his mind moves so fast. I'm like, dude, you had 32 jokes in 13 seconds. But that's how he processed, and we all process different, and sometimes speed will make you miss a joke. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we gotta slow up just a little bit so we can hit it harder,
Yeah. So you get nice. You're doing these shows, you're getting reps in. You end up on Def Comedy Jam. You get discovered by Bob Sumner.
Yes.
Talk to me about who that is. Talk to us about who that is and kind of the value that came from building that relationship.
All right, so let me take y'all back. So we're talking like 90, 91-ish. Bob Sumner, who was managing me at the time, he's the first guy that was like, man, I think you can make it, bro. I'd love to help you. I can help you get on some shows and stuff like that. He was from Jersey as well. And at the time, he wasn't at Def Jam yet. He was DJing. He was hooking up me with shows to open up for the OJs, or, I opened up for Regina Bell. I was doing these little local shows, like in little tight-ass theaters like this, right? And, 18 people, So anyway. See, that's that liquor. No. So anyway, he was like, Bill, man, there's gonna be a show coming up, man, and I think you'll be really, really good at this, man, and it's gonna be big, because he was scouting all over the country for people. And I was a local guy in New Jersey, and we start having auditions. And I was seeing some of the funniest comedians. Because back then we didn't have social media. If you was dope in Sacramento, I'm in Jersey, I wouldn't know it until you came to the auditions, So I got a chance to see Bernie Mac and DL, Jamie Foxx. I got a chance to see Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, all these guys, George Wilborn, who was coming from Chicago. These guys were from all over the country, and they were super duper funny. All we had to do was like 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, if I could hold my weight amongst the funniest of the funniest guys, I can make it. And I felt like I held my own. And so it was like the Rucker. I don't know if you're in the basketball.
AAU type shit.
Yeah, it was AAU. It's like McDonald's All-American?
Yeah.
It was like the McDonald's All-American of comedians. Everybody young, everybody trying to get on, everybody going from broke too, because they only got 8 jokes anyway. We all knew, but we were like, oh man, hopefully Bob something to put me on HBO. And I got the phone call. They was like, yo, Bill, you gonna be on the first show on Def Jam.
How'd that feel, man?
Oh my God. I was like, I'm about to be rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire.
When you broke, anything you do, yup, this is it. This is it.
That's it for me right now. This it.
After this, you're gonna be rich. Y'all gonna be seeing him. They was like, we know you from the Guild Theater. You're like, no, you don't.
So I love this quote from you, man.
Yes.
When you're shooting for the stars, surround yourself around other stars.
Yes.
And before you know it, you'll be looking around and you'll be in the galaxy.
Yes.
When you were 11 years old, you had this vision, you had this dream, driving a school bus for the Jackson 5.
Yo, it's a crazy ass dream. Can I tell him the dream?
Go ahead.
I swear to God, I remember this like it was yesterday. So I was a kid. Why would I dream that I would meet the Jacksons, right? So we're all on the school bus. Bus drivers, I'm sitting here, back in the old school buses used to be the metal thing right here, and you could sit and look like that. So I'm sitting here looking like this, the bus driver's right here, and then you see Jermaine, Michael right here, you got Tito, Randy, and they all on the bus, and they like, woo. And I'm like, oh man, this is cool. Y'all go to my school. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm thinking when I'm a kid that they're gonna perform at my school or something. Maybe that was the reason why I dreamt about it, right? I never could understand why I had that dream. Cut to, I never thought I would ever meet all the brothers either. Well, no, right? So I get that job at MTV.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm interviewing Michael Jackson. Next thing you know, I interview Janet Jackson. Next thing, I'm at the Jackson estate. Now hey, Randy, hey, Jermaine, hey. I mean, it's like, oh my God. So to me, I feel like sometimes dreams are snapshots of your future. Yeah, it's crazy.
I like that, yeah. So it wasn't just a Jackson 5 though, right? It was Biggie, Tupac, Mariah, Aaliyah, shout out to Detroit. All these people. What's the craziest shit that's happened during an interview? And we're in a barbershop, so you gotta be honest, bro.
The craziest thing. During the interview? Oh, it's so many of them. Let me think. Which one I'm gonna hit you with? I'll tell you a funny one. This is crazy because y'all gonna bust out laughing. So this is when New Edition was beefing back in the day.
What?
Yeah, so they was doing different buses and stuff like that, and whatever and shit. Cause Bobby was a thug with it, right? So I'm interviewing everybody. I did everybody.
Yeah.
Bobby, everybody waiting on Bob and stuff. And I'm like, man, come on, is Bobby gonna come? Probably not. I said, what? Man, listen, Bob show up, it's a miracle. Now I'm sitting there for 2-3 hours, man. I'm at the back of the arena. We got it set up, everything. I done interviewed everybody in New Edition but Bobby Brown. Soon as, this is the funniest part, Bobby come in, he had walking like he was Rick James and shit. I said, Bobby, you ready for the interview? He said, fuck no. Who told you I was doing the interview? I sat there for 3 hours for no goddamn reason. I got another one. I got another one. Let me see which one I'm gonna hit you with. That's crazy. Oh, okay, this is a true story. So, I'm in Jersey. I was doing a comedy one night, and Tupac used to come over to Jersey because he used to hang out with Tretch and a bunch of Jersey rappers and stuff like that back in the day, right? So at the end of the night, I didn't know Tupac was literally in the show because he had a hoodie on and whatever. He was over there sitting in the corner and shit. My sister had came that night or whatever. So I come out, everybody saying, what up, B, what up, what up, what up, what up? And he was like, yo, nigga, you was funny than a motherfucker, boy. What else, nigga, how you think of that shit, right? I was like, I don't know. Right, so if for people who don't know, Tupac was little, right? He's probably about, right? Yeah, he was a little motherfucker, right? So imagine I go like this, I'm like, what up, Pop? Boom, 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 boom. Right? so just imagine, hood, boom, 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 and my sister's like coming this way. So I said, dog, can you do me a favor, please? I want to introduce you to my sister. So I said, stay right here. I don't want to, I go to my sister. I said, listen, I'm going to introduce you to somebody. Whatever you do not act the fucking fool. She was like, what you talking about? I'm not going to act crazy. I ain't tripping off nobody. I said, Karen, this is Tupac. She said, he is so beautiful. Oh my God. Maintain your composure. I ain't never seen nobody do that shit. Tupac was different, B.
Yeah.
Tupac would blow women's mind like, I don't know what it was about this little motherfucker, right? I was at a Clive Davis party. This is a Grammy night, Grammy weekend in LA and shit. So Pac was in jail at the time. It's all black party. All black party, black tie, boom, bam, boom. My table, Dr. Dre, Suge Knight over here, Patti LaBelle, she got her hot sauce in her hand. Cause she always bring hot sauce. Whitney Houston is alive at this time. Tupac comes into a formal dinner, right? Everybody dressed fly, in a Red Wings jersey. You could probably Google the shit. And a red bandana.
Shout out to Detroit.
And Whitney Houston lost her motherfucking mind. Her and Madonna was kicking each other to go grab this man. I was like, wait till I get some money. Oh, I'm gonna be on him.
That's good, that's good, that's good.
I need a little more money. I ain't got enough money yet.
You got enough money. No,
It's a true story, though.
That's it, Larry. So, tell me this, in this time, you became like the Dick Clark of MTV for the culture.
Yes.
You're like intentional about putting people on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Similar to tonight, right? Coming here, showing up, showing love.
Absolutely.
Putting on for the culture again, right?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And you've just moved with this intention your whole career. Like, what was it like being in those MTV meetings, pushing
have no
for
idea.
us?
I've always been, for us, because I know how hard it is for us to get on, but if we get a crack, we can knock the wall down, right? And so MTV at that time, I was what they considered very safe. He's a likable guy, very personable. So I was like that bridge of comfortability for, pop culture or white America, especially for television, right? So I knew at that opportunity, nobody else had that chance because they were starting to expand the music, because I don't know how old people are here, but at that time, they was only really playing rock music, and they would play one or two pop songs. Michael Jackson was the only black artist that was getting played on MTV at the time.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting in these meetings and we're talking about music, I started becoming a student because I had to learn the music all the way through, not just, oh, that's, Aaliyah, or oh, that's Jade or Blackstreet. I had to start learning the music to a way so that I could go in these rooms and stand on business, right? So I was in studios all the time. I started to become like a fan of the music. So I'm like in the studio with Dr. Dre, and when he's producing Snoop's album. I'm in the at Hit Boy Studios in New York This is when they're working on the Craig Mack, and they're working back then on Biggie's album.
Yep.
You know, I was one of the first persons to hear Biggie's album before it came out. They had it on like what they had like a DAT tape back then. I was in the studio and I was able to hear him mix the vocals and stuff like that. So once I started getting entrenched in the music, I was like, yo, we gotta blow up. So anybody I knew that was coming on, I'm trying to blow you up. I'm trying to give you the best interview, because I knew that if you came on MTV, that would be the difference between going gold or going platinum or going on tour.
Yep.
Just think about everybody who had a movie, had an album that wanted to appeal to that audience, had to come there. You know, there was no social media.
Yeah.
So I knew the importance of that, and so I just made it my mission to be the ambassador for us.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah.
Well, this is good, by the way.
You got to tell me, man, I want to know, like, and we probably all want to know, what's it like at that time specifically, but in general, being rich and famous?
Oh, man.
90s, Janet.
No kids?
No kids, not married.
Oh, my God.
What's that look like?
Everything.
No social media?
Well, you got to understand, man, at that time, man, I didn't realize how much freedom we had because you could make a mistake. You could say a joke, and if it didn't work, nobody recorded you. You know, you can't get canceled, or you can have a wild ass party with no baby oil, but. Just regular party.
No diddy, yeah.
Y'all be like, you know, Bill Bellamy had baby oil too, you know. Y'all changed the story and I'll be in jail. No. No, but you could have fun. Like, we really did have fun. I remember nights hanging out, you know, with Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley and Ahmad Rashad, and we would just smoke cigars and have these crazy, funny stories, and they would talk about basketball, and people wouldn't bother them so much. And I was just thinking, man, back in the day, we was really living good because you could have a good time. You could go somewhere and have fun and not have everybody kind of like just, oh my God, you know, now everybody films you without asking you. You could be in your nose. I remember one time I was in the Bay, I was in the restaurant, and the dude was like, you ain't gonna believe this shit. You are not gonna believe. He right here, hey man, say something.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Yeah.
That's the shit that go on now, but I mean, it's true. Like, you know, fame and stuff comes with it. But at that time, it was really amazing because outside of Shaquille, like, you know, me and Shaquille was the only ones that was like starting to get that money like that, like while we young, you know. And so it was a trip, like for me to see him go in the league and for him to see me on MTV. And then now we doing commercials together. Like, we did Pepsi commercials together. We did a Reebok. We like, yo, we repping the bricks, you know what I'm saying? And it was just one of those moments in my life I cherish because, you know, it was innocent too. You know, I didn't have very many people that I knew that was from my neighborhood that, you know, all of a sudden became famous because I was doing shows with Queen Latifah before she was, you know, what is she now? Not the Terminator, which is?
Yeah, Equalizer, yeah. The Terminator.
You know what I meant. She's one of them goddamn equalizers.
So,
I can't even watch that show. I can't watch it because I think of Denzel. You can't, look, Queen Latifah can't beat me up.
That's tough, it's tough. It's tough.
She be knocking people out. I'm like, man, go on with that bullshit, man. She jumped across the roof. I was like, nah. Somebody else did that.
That was a stunt double. That was a stunt double.
I'm stupid, stop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
I shouldn't be drinking. I told you, it's gonna be good.
So, you dominate TV, you know, do numbers, 60 million viewers daily.
Yes.
MTV at the time. Then you pivot, right? Music disrupts the music industry, right? And now labels aren't having to spend millions of dollars on music videos to promote these albums. Mm-hmm. And you pivot.
Yeah.
You pivot into acting. Now it seems like it would be a pretty smooth transition from hosting and comedy and stand-up to acting. And I thought that like operating a small business and building something and exiting, I thought the next step might be to start investing in companies, right? But it's a different skill set.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, operating to investing is a different skill set. I wonder if what you were doing at MTV and what you were doing before MTV, how different is that? How difficult of a transition is that into acting? And how was that transition?
So what happened was, I was on MTV and I would interview you. You in this brand new movie, you on fire, you know, you the new Will Smith, whatever, right? I would be interviewing you and perception-wise, you would be bigger than me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm like, damn, I'm just the host on MTV. That shit was killing me. I was like, I ain't just no host.
Yeah.
I said, I'll never forget this, right? I was interviewing Nia Long. She was doing a movie, and I said, and she was on fire back then, you know, little chocolate brown sugar, right? I said, I tell you what, I guarantee you I'll do a movie with you. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, I ain't staying here. Nah, cause I'm like, yo, being a movie star is bigger than being a host, you feel me? So I was like, yo, man, everybody coming here, Keanu Reeves, you know. Damn, Keanu Reeves came in here with 14 publicists. Damn. I'm interviewing all these people, man, that are movie stars, right? I interviewed Top Gun. Tom Cruise came through.
Yeah.
I forgot which movie it was. He's little motherfucker, right? Sylvester Stallone. I said, damn, this is crazy. I said, okay, I gotta become a movie star, right? I didn't know how to do that, but I knew I liked movies because the screen is big, it puts you in the light like in a different way. And so I was doing all this funny stuff, and everybody was like, yo, Bill Bellamy, funny as hell. He's so stupid. Oh my God. And it was a good thing and a bad thing because directors was like, oh my God, yeah, I don't know if he can do drama. You know? I mean, you're really funny, but I don't know, can you do this scene? So when I got that opportunity for Love Jones, Ted Witcher was the guy who believed in me, and he said, yo, B, I like your energy. He was like, yo, but you gotta be Hollywood. Like, you can't be likable. You likable as fuck right now. He was like, but in this movie, I want you to be absolutely unlikable. So I said, I could do that. He said, Hollywood is a hater. Oh, I said, I know a lot, 10 of them. So basically what I did was I studied the word envy, what that means, and I lived in envy the whole movie. I've just been envious of everything I saw, I wanted. If you got it, I need it. So I lived in that energy, so that's why I was able to come across that way in the film, because you're like, what? Like everybody would watch it, like people, I didn't know people believe in movies. After I did Love Jones, people wasn't fucking with me for about 2 years. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I think I did that too good. I never forget I did Love Jones and I went to McDonald's and the girl looked up from the register. She was like, go to the other line. Oh shit. So the pivot was, not like a 1-2. It wasn't like that easy because I definitely was seen as a comedian and a funny guy. So I had to take different choices so that I could just show people that I could do other stuff too, you know? And I end up getting How to Be a Player and The Brothers and stuff like that, you know? Yeah.
So going into Love Jones, who owns that IP, man? We need to see
Oh no, that's such a good movie.
Series of that, like 5 million.
We got what is the honor we got from the Oscars. We got indoctrinated into the Academy for being a film noir.
Wow.
And we had our
That was recent.
Yeah, it was recent, not too long ago.
Yeah.
So the whole cast came back together, and that movie is over 25 years old, I think. Right? Yeah. So that movie is in the books.
Yeah. Do we think we can recast that as a show today? And if so,
It would be a great show.
Who would that be, right? For me, I have
Who you
a
want
few people, but I want to hear your list of like, who's Darius Love Hall? You know,
Right now?
Who's Paige Hurd? Who's Hollywood?
There could never be another Hollywood. Oh no, I'm just kidding. I could think of somebody. Who's your people?
So I've got Keith Powers for Darius.
Oh, okay. I ain't mad at that.
I got Ryan Destiny for Nina. Right? That's a Detroiter. She's out in LA now doing her thing, modeling, acting. I got Lakeith Stanfield as Hollywood. I think he would take it there. I think he could play the hater.
I think he could do that.
You know? I've got Keke Palmer as the homie.
Great homie.
Yeah. John David Washington as
John David would be Isaiah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And maybe Jesse Williams as the hating ass boyfriend. Nina's second choice.
The ex,
yeah.
The Fruit Loops. I think it was the Fruit Loops or something with the cereal. I was thinking, women like Damson. Damson.
That's true. Yeah,
You gotta be,
that's good.
because the lead now, he would have to be good looking, charming, and sort of like the guy that women would be like, that's gonna be my man. So he's gotta be handsome. So you probably gotta be somebody like Damson.
Yeah.
Damson could be that guy, the leader of that. And then the girl that I think that would be a cutie that could do it, that would be nice. What about Lauren London? No?
Y'all don't like Lauren?
Y'all don't like Lauren? Oh.
They said no.
No. What y'all think? What y'all think? Y'all got somebody? I like. I got so many jokes right there. I'm gonna let it ride. Wow.
That's hilarious.
He wrong for that.
Yeah. So you obviously, you know, you How to Be a Player, $15 million budget. Cult classic. The box office didn't do exactly what it needed to do. But then you have Any Given Sunday, $55 million budget, Oliver Stone, $100 million at the box office. I feel like there's this pattern of like underinvestment in our films, you know? And then this underperformance at times with these high expectations, you know?
Yeah.
And I wonder like, how do we get investors to like really lean in on our films and invest in us and us investing in each other?
I think one of the key components to films being successful is marketing, because without marketing, people don't know who you are. They won't know what the product is, right? And so now I think with social media, how we have to lean into that. You know what I'm saying? If you got Kamala Harris doing podcasts to engage her voters, that tells you right now it's a different game. It's like that didn't exist 10 years ago. She's sitting down on a podcast.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? I do a podcast. Like, it's like, this is where the new people are. You gotta be where the people are. If you're not in their phone, you're not on. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta promote. And like back then, when those certain movies came out, they didn't give us a lot of budget, right? So say, for instance, The Matrix is gonna get a $50 million marketing budget because they want that movie to do $600 million. A movie like Love Jones, we might get
$5 million to 12.
But listen, like say if our movie costs us $8 million, our budget for marketing might not even be $1 million.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what they'll do is see if it's rocking. If it's not, then they pull back. But if it's coming out and the numbers are doing, then they go. You know what I mean? That's why like guys like Tyler Perry were very strategic about leaning into his core audience, the church.
Yeah.
And so his numbers was always flying through because he was doing all those shows for the churches, right?
Yeah.
So when his movies came out, everybody that believed in Jesus went to see it.
This guy, man. So, Jimmy Sanderson, Any Given Sunday.
Yes.
How'd you prepare for that role? Because this guy, I mean, talk about who he is as a character, and how'd you prepare for that?
So Jimmy Sanderson was a combination of Terrell Owens, Deion Sanders, and Michael Irvin. Those three guys, by that I mean superstar talent,
Yeah.
bipolar, super cocky, aggressive alpha male, right? But there's vulnerability there and there is fear of losing everything. So my character was, you know, the star of the team on his last deal, his last year. He wants to re-up. He's desperate, you know. He got to get a certain amount of catches. He's got to have it go right. But he's playing injured. He don't want the doctors to know. And he's on painkillers. So now, imagine this. You're on your last contract year. You might not get picked up by another team. You are playing your ass off. You are in pain every single day. And the new doctor cut off your supply. Shit get real.
Yeah.
And so one of the scenes that they cut, which I thought if they would have left that scene in there, I'd be a hologram right here. That scene was crazy. It was a very dramatic scene. I think it was one of the best scenes I've ever done on film that did not get displayed because it was the desperation of your whole life ending and this person is not going to help you. And he is pleading to, I mean, literally, he went from pleading like a baby to violence. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Like I remember when I filmed it, like I needed about 30 minutes to calm down because I just really locked into that feeling. And I'll never forget, like Oliver Stone, the entire production started clapping because it was just like, because it was so intense, you know? And that's what these players go through, man. You know, we only see the little good stuff, you know, oh, that's my favorite player. We don't know that their family's got to move tomorrow. They get traded. He break his leg, they cut him. Like that life of an NFL player ain't no joke. It's like being a soldier, really. Yeah, it's crazy.
Are we ever gonna see that scene anywhere, man?
I
Perhaps
got
on
it.
this
I
episode?
got it. I might leak it. They be like, Bill, when did Bill do that shit?
That mental
really
health
good.
component is serious. I wonder, like, as you get into these characters, you know, we see what happened to one of your GOATs, you know, Robin Williams and Heath Ledger, and you get into these.
Yeah, they consume you, bro.
You know, how do you come out of that? Or like,
It's
how do you protect
hard,
your
man.
real mental health?
For people don't know about acting, right? So acting is about having access to emotion. This is why I believe most comedians are the best actors, right? When you have, I feel like I'm gifted. Like by this mean, I'm gifted in the sense that I don't know how to do it. I just do it.
Yeah.
Like no, I can't tell you how to express anger, but I could just grab it, right? So that's a gift, right? So when you have that kind of gift as an actor, that means that energy or whatever you grab consumes you, right?
Yeah.
So if you gotta live in it for a while, let's say Heath Ledger, like he was brilliant. If you ever watch his character of the Joker, he was never gonna be normal after that. Cause I don't know what hole he went in to get that character. Cause it was dark and it was just really kind of evil, right? So when you go there, be careful what you ask for because all that energy that you grab has pluses and minuses. So sometimes it take you a minute to come up out of it. Like if I'm doing a film, I stay in character even when I'm not working. So imagine if I'm doing a movie for 2 months, I'm staying I'm Hollywood at home.
Yeah.
I'm Hollywood at the hotel. I'm Hollywood, And so when they say cut, it's a wrap, go home, you're like, huh? Because it took me about 3 months to come out of that Any Given Sunday vibe. And it was hard because I was on the movie for 6 months.
Yeah.
And
Really training?
Training, running, lifting weights every day, hanging around dudes that's real football players. That's crazy as fuck, Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. How you do anything is how you do everything. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Right? You're intentional from comedy to TV to Hollywood, right? And you've moved with integrity and intention that whole way. You were intentional about taking a step back and focusing on family about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you have any regrets in that, right? And what advice do you have for folks that, women have been sacrificing their careers for a long time to hold down the family? You did that. What advice do you have for men that are kind of struggling with that decision to choose family over fame or over finances or over whatever the hustle is?
I'm just going to use my experience to explain how I made that choice, right? I waited to have a family. I waited to have kids. I always wanted to have my family be as valuable to me as my career. Because before I had my kids,
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was married to the game, So I remember, I remember how many girls I hurt their feelings. It was so crazy. They'd be like, "Bill, I love you." I was like, you know what? You're gonna have to handle that. Because I wasn't trying. I was so locked in on trying to become something that I didn't want to get, a baby or get, some girl, saying that, well, we got to get married or this, that, and the other. I was like, I'm married to my dream. I'm married to my dream. I'm married to my dream. So that's what was my energy that got me there, right? So now I'm on TV. I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm getting married, and then I was like, yo, and everybody's getting divorced.
Yeah.
Everybody that's famous is on their third marriage and shit. And I was like, yo, this shit hard. Because what happens is when you marry to your dream, you pick your dream over your family, and now your family's is gone because they don't have a piece of you. So I had to figure out okay, where's the balance? I can't just be gone forever. And not take my kids to school or, what can I do to bring that needle back where I don't miss what this gives me too, you know what I'm saying? Family requires just as much love and discipline and, stuff like that. So now when I look at my kids, my son's 18, my daughter's 21, I see these memories that come up in my phone or whatever, and I'm like, I'm so blessed to make the time.
Yeah.
Because I can't go back now. Man, if you are a dad and you don't make the time for your children, you never get it back, and you don't get a chance to create moments with them that's lock-ins. You need lock-ins with your family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fire. Yeah. So, in April, you'll be 60, bro.
Will I?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro, you obviously...
That's impossible.
You know what I mean? Healthy as fuck.
Man, let's have a drink today.
Cheers to that, man.
God damn.
Back up. Yeah.
You serious?
Hey, man.
I never know my age. I never think of my age. I literally don't even think. Sometimes I have to remember how old am I? Because I don't think about my age. I just think about how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing to stay healthy, though? You look the exact same.
I wanted to say something so rude. Is it kids in here? No. If I was at my show, I would have said it. No, but real talk, I think what it is fitness, healthy food. I've always been into fitness and nutrition.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So here's the thing. Most black people,
Yeah.
we don't think about nutrition when we're eating, right? Because black people, if you take care of yourself, we don't age. We don't age like everybody else.
Yeah.
You understand? It's something magical. Wakanda. So I was about 25, 26. I was in the gym, right? And I seen this dude who was 52. and his son was about 24. And he and his son look not even 10 years apart, right?
Wow.
It was crazy. I said, yo, that's your brother? He was like, nah, man, that's my dad. I said, get the fuck out of here. And his dad looked good too. He was diesel. He was like fit as fuck. He was, oh man, that's my baby, you know. I said, that's how I want to be with my son, like that. That was that little bookmark in my head. So I said, I'm gonna make training my lifestyle, right? So I train on the road. I train when I'm home. I get in the gym. Sometimes I do stuff in my room. I made sure I took all the nasty food out of my rider. So like when I'm on the road, I eat healthy. I eat like fish. I eat grilled stuff. I eat a lot of veggies and stuff. And so like just changing my diet and letting that just be my norm and hitting the gym, bro, the other day, this is so funny I could tell y'all this shit, because I always think about my age and my dad's age. Like my dad at 60 or whatever you say I am, my dad was 85. So the other day, right, I swear to God this happened, and it just goes to show you gotta stay in shape, right? So me and my wife we had a key, like a key card to get into this section, but we couldn't, it didn't work to another section. We came in, but we couldn't get out. And somebody went out that door and it was about to close. That door was from here to that wall. I flew to that door, I said, click! And caught it. I said, my daddy wouldn't be like, click, that door closed. We gotta wait for somebody else to come out there. I said, oh shit. And that it's a joke, but it's true. It's like, that's why you want to keep your energy, you know, keep your energy. Don't let your age, you're supposed to act your age, you're not supposed to look your age.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. 2 kids, man, 2 kids. Baron Bailey.
Baron
and Bailey.
Yes.
Baron is in college.
Bailey
6'6".
6'6".
What, 6'4"? 6'6"?
I'm 6'3".
6'3"?
He way taller than me. I'm like, I'm still your father.
And you were the first grandchild to go to college.
Yes, sir.
Bailey is the first in the family to go to Ivy League school.
Yes.
And then you have the son in college playing a sport. We're not gonna say which sport yet, because that's a part of the game we're about to play.
Okay.
But congratulations to you, man. Not only this illustrious career, but making that call to take a step back and take care of the family. And obviously, the fruits of that labor, we're seeing it in the kids.
Bro,
so
listen
congrats to you, bro.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of things that you could be proud of in your life. You know, we always think about money and, you know, accolades and stuff, but I feel like your kids are the best representation of who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you look at your kids, you gotta look in the mirror, because they're only gonna be what you put in them. I'm just being honest. It's like, no, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying your kids can only be as good as what they're taught. Like you gotta invest in your children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I just committed to being a great father, or be the father that I wanted my dad to be. My dad was a really good dad. He just didn't have resources like that. My parents didn't have no money. They didn't know nobody. We ain't had no hookups and shit. My daughter was like, Dad, you know Chris Brown, hook it up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that dude in my family. So that sometimes that shit is fly. It's like, I'll let you know how's them grades coming. You know what I mean?
Word.
So I definitely am proud of, you know, my children, and they have made me a better person. You know, being a father is like the best journey, because every day is new. It's like coming to a job, you don't know what the fuck you gotta do. We taking the wall down, okay. Next day we painting, next day, you know, like when you're a parent, they don't never give you no book. Like it's boot camp every day. Like you boots on the ground. What happened to him? He got chicken pox. When? Oh my God. Anybody else got chicken pox? Like it's just like all the time. And then for comedians, you know, we get the comedy of it.
Yeah.
Because like that stuff gives us nothing but material.
Yeah. Well, look, y'all having a good time?
Yeah.
All right. Fucking God, man. It's too good.
Can I shout out my boy Tony T.
Absolutely.
Robinson? This brother right here. I'm gonna tell you right now. I love this dude. This guy is probably, well, he is my favorite comedian, period. But anyway, He is from here. He's from Detroit, but he's a local. Tony T. Roberts is one of the funniest comedians to work with, right?
Yeah.
He's so humble, but he will kill you, right? So we did a TV show together called Mr. Box Office, and I just randomly called him today, because I know if I came to Sacramento, I ain't call him, he gonna send them people, right? I don't want no smoke. So I called Tony, he was like, I'll be right there. I was like, where you at? Home. So this man, we've been on tour together, we've done every venue, this, that, and the other. He is one of the most feared comedians, right?
Yeah.
Can I tell him the story, Tony? Yeah. All right, I'll tell him.
Yeah,
So we in Chicago, right?
yeah.
And we doing a show. We got Gary Owen on the show. We got, who else, T? Who was on it? J. Anthony Brown. Tommy Davidson? Benji Brown?
7 people, man, 7 comics.
So let's say 7 comics, right? You know, comics do this. When we get to the venue, we look at the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, we get to the venue, everybody's like 7:30 to 8 o'clock, 8:15. And, you know, I'm looking like, okay, let's see if these promoters know what they're doing. So I'm looking right here, and I'm like, Tony T. Roberts right here, and then Gary Owen. Oh, that's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go well. Who wrote that? I'm walking around, I'm saying, yo, I don't think y'all gotta switch that up. They was like, nah. You know, Gary Owen, you know, he's Gary Owen and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't give a fuck about that. This is gonna be a bad night, I'm telling you. Cause you know, everybody don't know who's the funniest guy. Like, they don't know that stuff. I do.
Yeah.
So I love this shit, right? Tony comes out, man, I don't care where they put me at, bro. He can't stop moving. I think he got ADD to the 18th power, right? He's like, man, I'm just gonna do my 20 minutes. It don't matter. I said, Tony, you know you getting ready to go in front of Gary Owen. He said, well, good for him, right? I said, he does 20 minutes, stands up the entire arena. The entire arena. I'm standing on the side like, I told you motherfuckers, right? And so Gary was on the side like this. I said, Gary, you all right? He was like, God damn it. Who put him in front of me? Who put him in front of me, right? Gary goes out, hi, Chicago. They was like. So make a long story short, that's my man.
Shout out
Give
to
it up
Tony
for him.
Robbins. In Detroit, what up, though? Yeah. So we're gonna play a game.
Okay, uh-oh.
The game is called.
Is this Drink Champs?
Shout
They
out
drink
to
on
Lloyd.
that show.
It's called Do Say, Don't Say.
Mm-hmm.
If you do say the right answer, we have to take a shot. If you don't say the right answer, we don't drink. All right?
Oh, that don't sound right.
That's the.
Right? Don't that sound low? Hey, boy, you got some tricks up your sleeve. Go ahead.
Bill is
shit.
gonna pick. He's gonna pick who answers the question. All right?
Okay, go ahead.
So I ask the question. You pick who answers the question,
All right, go.
and you have to get all 3 questions correct in order to get the whole answer correct, right? So we're gonna start with a simple one. It's about family. Who is Bill Bellamy's famous cousin? What Ivy League school does Bill's daughter attend? And what college sport does Bill's son play? That's the first question. You gotta get all 3 correct.
You
You
cannot
got 30
Google.
seconds. Don't be
You
Googling.
can't Google.
She Googling right there. Don't Google.
Put your phone down.
I'm gonna repeat the questions. Who is Bill Bellamy's famous cousin?
Mm-hmm.
What Ivy League school does his daughter go to? And what college sport does his son play?
Anybody?
Got a hand? Got a hand up top? Right here. We Google. Yeah?
Oh.
You can't phone a friend.
She want a lifeline? That's a good idea to get a lifeline. What you think the first one is? Go ahead.
Well, I felt like I knew your son's sport, which was basketball.
Yes, that's
yeah.
okay. Cool. Does that mean? Well, you know,
We got
Okay, yeah, someone else take it.
anybody else do another one?
Your daughter go to Brown?
You Google
That is correct. She
I
Googled
didn't
that.
Google
Google
it.
that,
My
for sure.
team,
She worked for.
Your
go ahead.
cousin is Shaq.
All right.
That's the whole section.
Yeah, y'all. All right, we're gonna change it. It's gotta be one person.
Yeah, you got to do one
Gotta
person.
be one person, bro.
So I'm gonna drink a little bit. They over there cheating.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Fame.
Fame.
Who discovered Bill Bellamy and managed him early in his career? What famous theater was Bill's first major comedy special filmed at? And what was the name of the joke that made Bill famous and got him on Def Comedy Jam?
Ooh, y'all ain't never gonna get the first two. All right, go ahead.
All right. Famous joke, booty call.
Facts.
All right. Theater.
Theater would be, is it Tina Graham? No, Apollo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the last question?
Who discovered Bill and managed him early in his career? You should know this one.
Bob Sumner.
Wow.
God damn it.
Oh, damn. My man came loaded, didn't he?
Oh, shit.
He
I should
locked
report
and loaded. Shit. I'm gonna be drunk on this plane.
All right.
Go ahead.
Film. What international icon did Bill go on tour with in the late 90s? What was the name of Bill's character in How to Be a Player? And what jersey number did Bill's character wear in any given Sunday? Jersey number, tour, and the name of his character in How to Be a Player.
Everybody should know the How to Be a Player's one.
Don't be Googling.
If you got a cricket, you can't Google anyway. You got it? With? Oh, shit. Anybody got one?
No.
Did anybody know one of them? There you go.
All right.
And what was the other one?
Who were you on tour with? What international icon was he on tour with?
Yeah, want me to tell him?
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to tell him. And I need to know what happened on that tour.
Jackson, it was the Red Velvet.
Velvet Rope, yeah.
Velvet Rope.
Yeah.
And number 88.
Number 88, yeah. All right, last question. Last two questions. It's about Oak Park.
Uh-oh.
This is just a two.
OP.
It's a two. What year was this building built? The Guild Theater? And what's the other name for McClatchy Park?
You got it?
You got it, KJ?
He already got it.
You got it?
Y'all want to see him drink? All right, go ahead. What's the question? I'm ready.
Go ahead, Kate.
Come on.
So, what's the other name for McClatchy Park? And what year was the Guild Theater built?
1915.
Yeah.
What do you mean no? I know what year it was built. And it's called the Big Park.
The Big Park.
Take sip,
Big Park.
sip. It's on you. Sip it up.
Cheers. Sip, baby, sip.
All right.
Hey, Sebastian, we got to get him out in
Yep,
5
yep,
minutes because he got
yep.
a flight to catch.
Yeah, but let's do. You don't want to do it fast? Okay.
Yeah. So,
I gotta catch that flight. That's fine.
look, man, I think I'm humbled by KJ, first of all, for giving us
Can
this
we get a round of
opportunity.
applause for Kevin Johnson? You made it happen, KJ.
Yeah,
Thank you so
yeah.
much, man. Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to thank you guys for just bringing so much energy and supporting what we're doing. This is a TV show. This is real. This is dope.
Word.
This is
Word.
like
I
super.
appreciate that, man.
And this thing been here since 1915. It has not fallen. So it must be stable.
Yeah.
This young brother right here has a bright future, man. I see you. I see myself in you. Like, I mean, I remember like when I was first starting to interview people, so you got the right energy. He like a little Tavis Smiley, ain't he? Give him some love, man.
Look, man, it's always an OG in the barbershop.
Yes, sir.
You know, give us some wisdom. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Mm-hmm.
I see myself, my aspiration in you.
Thank you, my
In
brother.
that book that you wrote and that I read. And 30 days ago, I did not expect to be here. My wife and I, we did a little date night. We did a little role playing.
Mm-hmm.
We said we gonna live in abundance as if everything that we have is already here.
Yeah.
And then I meet this guy 2 days later. And about 28 days later, I meet this guy.
There you go.
This shit is crazy.
No, it's real. It's real.
It's crazy.
Live in abundance.
This guy here. So, listen, thank you, man. Just give us some parting words of wisdom as the OG in the barbershop.
I would say never let anybody dictate your altitude for your life and your dreams, and go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it. Let's go.
ShopTalk.